Very pleased now to be joined here at SB Nation by the one and only, the recently crowned U.S. Amateur Champion from the heart of Georgia, but really from all over the world in a lot of respects. It is Mason Howell. Mason, thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to be here.
What has the first week of school been like? I know you've been asked a lot of questions, but I feel like that's an important one.
Yeah, no, actually just got back from San Francisco today, so I'll have my official first day of school tomorrow, a week and a half late. I'm sure it won't be fun, but got to do it. So,
I feel like, I played sports in high school like a lot of people in a normal way, not in the way that you have. And generally, people have their like winter break compromised by something like a basketball tournament or, like the softball team, when summer's starting. Rarely do you have somebody who's starting the year late because of this. Have you been able to kind of, you know, embrace the uniqueness of winning the USAM and getting to start your senior year? Like, this isn't just starting school. This is a really important year in your life. It's just got to be a lot of fun for you to experience in the moment.
yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. I'm super thankful that Thomasville. A lot of friends and family have been so supportive this past week, and with sending me texts. They had a bunch of watch parties, and yeah, I can't wait to see a lot of my buddies and teachers tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully they'll be happy to see me and not too mad at me for missing. But yeah, no, it'll be good tomorrow, and yeah, looking forward to seeing some of my buddies.
I've never had the chance to talk to somebody in the collegiate golf game before they even start. And I always kind of get the chance at the end of it. And I'm always telling them, like, hey, you really need to soak this up because team golf, things like that, they're kind of behind you now. Because a lot of people obviously turning professional. I know you have some dreams and some goals and some aspirations, and we'll certainly be rooting for you. But you're kind of still getting to experience all that. I feel like there's so much that's been made about you winning the USAM at such a young age, and obviously there's not a lot of precedent. And I know you've talked about kind of being connected to Tiger and on these lists and things like that. But um, you know, I'm just very impressed that you're this young and you've managed to kind of absorb what it is that you've accomplished here.
Yeah, no, it's if you would have told me going into the week that this is where I'd be at now, it would be that'd be unbelievable. It really has been a lot to balance, but I have such a good team around me that that's made it super easy, and yeah, it's just been a fun process. I got my first taste of it after qualifying for the U.S. Open this
Right.
past year, and so that gave me a little bit of an experience, and yeah, I just got to take it with as much gratitude as possible, and yeah, I look forward to doing competing for USA in some of these upcoming events, and hopefully keep the good golf rolling.
Yeah, I think that that's part of the fun of what you're experiencing here. I do want to go back though quickly. You said that if I told you this time last week, at what point on Sunday could I have told you that this was going to be a reality? I mean, keeping tabs on everything, watching the tournament, watching you secure the victory. I know it's a lot different when it's you and you're the one trying to lock it down. But at what point did you allow yourself to kind of, I don't want to say relax a little, but accept what was about to happen?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Honestly, after the first 18, I knew I had a really good
Right.
chance. I was hitting the ball so good, and it's just such a long week though. You never want to get too far ahead of yourself because it's match play. Crazy stuff can happen, and crazy stuff did happen earlier in the week. Um, but yeah, my caddy and I tried to stay present, but after I got a really big lead making the turn on the second 18, I knew if I could just make a couple of bars that would probably get the job done, and it did. And yeah, we've had fun celebrating, and yeah, just gotta keep it rolling, and yeah, looking forward to what's next.
I'm always curious when it comes to match play events like this because you did have a comfortable spot to kind of sit in after the opening 18. And because, well, I told you before we started recording, I'm a Florida Gator, so I'm partly recruiting, on behalf of us. Did that change your strategy? I mean, can you let it change your strategy when you kind of come back, or do you have to kind of keep a foot on the gas mentality? I imagine that some of that is dependent on conditions and what's happening around you and whatnot, but I'm curious for how you were feeling on Sunday specifically.
I mean, I felt like the course in the morning definitely played easier. It was softer, less
Mhm.
wind. Um, but we treated it as when we walked up on the first tee box for the second 18. We just treated it as a tied match. and to win each 9 holes. That was how we broke it up
Right.
today. If you win every single 9 holes, you'll obviously be in a good spot. And it's just completing your small goals, and then it'll take care of itself.
Yeah, I cover the Dallas Cowboys as well in the NFL, and there's a lot of like just win each quarter type thing, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you do that, and you're going to be in a strong position at the very end. You talked about playing for the United States. There are a lot of benefits that come in with being the USAM champion. Like, what are you most looking forward to beyond again your senior year of high school, which is a fun thing in and of itself?
Yeah, no, the Walker Cup in a couple weeks out in Pebble Beach at Cypress Point is going to be unreal. To be a part of that team representing the USA with some of the best amateurs in the world, the best amateurs in the world, um, and it'll be a lot of fun going against Great Britain and Ireland, and it's just such a great venue, and for it to be my first one at a spot like that, it's going to be a lot of fun, and looking forward to hopefully bringing home a W with the guys.
Oh, you better. I mean, I may be a Gator, but I'm an American. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, exactly.
so let's make sure that the priorities are in order here. I do think that it's very cool for you to kind of know going into it, because we look back at, pick who you want, Colin Morikawa. We look at his career, and we look at Walker Cups of the past, and we're like, I can't believe the players that have come from this team. Do you let yourself do that? I mean, you have so much of life in front of you, but do you allow yourself, as part of your dreaming or your goal setting or whatever, to kind of say like, hey, this is a step, an important step that a lot of important people took?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things where everybody has to write their own story.
Right.
It's cool, like awesome. Those are some of the greatest names. Like seeing my name next to Tiger Woods on the trophy on Sunday was unbelievable. Um, but everybody has a different story, so it's one of those things that I just gotta keep my head down and stay on my own path and just let things take care of itself.
I'm curious because of your age. Obviously, Tiger's career was in a different place probably when you reached a formative age, and certainly when your golf game, you've been successful for a very long time. But I mean, we all understand where Tiger's been. Even winning the Masters in 2019 was before you were in high school. So that being said, who has been your guy? Understanding that Tiger exists in his own pantheon, and we all know that. But who's been your dude as you've kind of come along through high school and now getting set to enter college, that you've either modeled your game after, you feel like your game resembles, you just look up to personally? I'm kind of curious for your perspective.
So I could honestly throw out a lot of names for this question, but I would say when I was growing up, I really did look up to Roy McIlroy because he was kind of early teens and in the tens, and
Yeah.
yeah, I would just watch him win all the time, and I was like, that was in my time generation Tiger. And obviously he slowed down a little bit, but then he kept persevering, and he's one of the best. Like obviously tough to beat Scotty right now, but so one of the best golfers in the world. And but I'd say like on another level, like as a mentor, Harris English, who's actually from South Georgia area. When I played at Oakmont, he was such a big mentor to me. I played 2 practice rounds with him. He was awesome all week. He's just a stand-up guy, like would give me a lot of like inside the ropes knowledge. And yeah, that's something I always it's always bigger than golf. Your golf game can do the talking, but how you are a person off the course is also a big thing.
Another dude who's going to be playing for the red, white, and blue in a different capacity, obviously, the Ryder Cup upcoming. I like to look at things in a macro sense sometimes. And I think that we will look back as golf fans, as golf players, as golf professionals, obviously in your future, we'll look back at 2025 and kind of feel like it was a special year. You talked about Rory obviously completing the career Grand Slam. It was arguably the year that Scotty took maybe the biggest leap he'll ever make towards that, assuming he gets there at some point in time. And if it were a book, right, like there would be a chapter for the USAM winner, and that would be you. Like you share a piece of this historic year with some of the greatest players ever. That's got to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would say the USAM is the biggest tournament in amateur golf.
Oh yeah.
And to have my name on the trophy this year is unbelievable. And yeah, it'll be fun again next year to tee it up with the best players in the world and compare my game and just keep on learning, keep on building, keep on getting better.
As we watch your career unfold, and I know I'll come back to this in my own notes a few years from now after you've lost a lot of matches to the Gators and whatnot, but won some Walker Cups. What is it that you feel like you need to work on? What is it that you just don't feel like is right where you want, so that again we can say, man, back in 2025, Mason was saying this, and now look what he's done here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I would say golf is not a game of perfection; it's a game of consistency. Like Scotty is consistently playing well week in and win out, and that puts him in the chance to win. And pro see his name at the top of the leaderboard and almost come backwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just being consistent with my golf game, and that's all junior golf. You can get hot for 3 weeks and have a bad 3 weeks, and it's just things like that. And yeah, I don't want this people to look at this and be like this win's a pushover. I want to keep going, keep getting better, and play well at a lot more big tournaments coming up, and hopefully be hoisting a couple more trophies.
I certainly think you're on the right path for that. What non-golf things can we kind of pencil in for Mason? Who's your team? Are you like a Falcons fan? Like what's your stuff, so we can just kind of, as we write your chapters in your book, give us a little bit of a one-on-one on who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to the University of Georgia. I grew up a Georgia fan, attending Georgia football games since I was so young. That's where both my parents went, and yeah, if we're going the professional route, definitely a Falcons fan. Hasn't been great, but we're getting there. We're getting there. And then I love sports. So I mean, I'm a Georgia-based sports guy. Atlanta Braves. That was so cool to see them win the World Series not too long ago. But yeah, I love sports just in general.
Well, Mason, I'm a Houston Astros fan, so that really wasn't that cool of you.
Man, we have nothing in common. Come on.
Well, I do want to say, or I do want to ask, I mean, because like I said, I cover the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe you can provide some analysis on George Pickens, who's a Georgia Bulldog. I mean, your memories of who he was in Athens.
Yeah, I wouldn't be, if George Pickens was mad at me, I would not want to be on the other side of that. And that guy plays with some fire and some poise. No, but expect him to make a couple highlight reel catches this year.
What is it you're most looking forward to? It's because, again, I don't get this kind of, I'm somewhat learning from you, and I find that to be a really refreshing experience as you get ready for your senior year of high school. It's a year that I think when you're in it, you're ready for it to be over, especially for someone like you. You already have so much of your future kind of established, and I'm sure it's hard not to fast forward there, especially you have a lot of important golf to be played over the next 365 days. But you and your family will look back on what you're about to live as a really special time in your life. So what are you hoping to get out of your final year before things change in your life?
Yeah, absolutely. I think your senior year is all about having a lot of fun with your friends, because it's honestly, after this year, a lot of my buddies that I've known for a long time, we're all going to go different ways, and I know a lot of us will stay in touch and see each other out every now and then, but it won't be every day in the classroom. So it's honestly just spending a lot of time with buddies, and spending a lot of time with family, because going away to college is also different. So yeah, senior year is big, and that was so. What was awesome about this past week was having family and friends come out and watch, and being able to enjoy that moment with them.
Yeah, I think that's well said. Last one for you, Mason, because I know you probably got a million things to do. What was the coolest moment that someone reached out to you? I don't know. Maybe it was on social media. Maybe, I asked Mega Ghana this question as well. And she told me a story about how she had Tom Felton on TikTok reach out to her. So I'm just kind of curious, but if you've had a moment like that where someone in a congratulatory sense, maybe it's a Georgia person or something, but what was the moment that you said, "Holy crap, this is pretty sick"?
Okay, so I'm gonna break this up into 3 parts. It'll be quick.
I love that.
So golf side, definitely Harris English and Sepp Straka, 2 members of the Ryder Cup this year. And
we're only cool with Harris, just to be clear.
Yeah. I don't know why Sepp's playing for Europe. He's the most country European ever,
right?
From Valdosta, Georgia. Anyways, and then a surprising one was Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia reached out. And then yesterday I saw that I got a follow on Instagram from the Atlanta Braves, which was awesome. So
dude, I mean, I'm an Astros fan, but that's pretty sick. I mean,
yeah, that was awesome.
You gotta throw a first pitch out. I think
hopefully that would
probably
be awesome.
in your future at this point.
Yeah, I need to start getting my right arm more.
Well, and then you gotta be careful with the mechanics and whatnot.
Yeah, don't want to tear something.
Yeah, I mean, it won't be in the World Series this year, but maybe next spring as you're wrapping up your senior year, getting ready for Georgia. Mason, congratulations, and my best wishes to you and your family. Do all the things. Stay up late. go to every event, make all the memories that you possibly can. This is a time in your life that you can't get back. And I hope it's everything that you want it to be. And best of luck, but I hope you lose every match once you get to college.
Have a good one. Appreciate you having me.
Thanks so much, Mason. Really appreciate it, especially with all the traveling you're doing. Wish you well, and I know I'll be seeing you again soon.
Yep, sounds good.